So this is just a video about growing tobacco in the UK. It's very easy to do, and if you're a big smoker it would save you an absolute fortune. So let's go through some of these pictures. This is just one of the tobacco leaves. Right, so this is just one of the plants when they're very small. Now what I did was, what you can do with these is you can buy the seeds on eBay. It cost me £1 for 400 seeds. When you put them in the little tubs or the little pots to try and sprout the seeds, it does take about 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes a bit more. So you have to be patient. I first planted these in January, put them on a sunny windowsill, and yeah, like I said, it took 3 weeks, so I didn't think they were going to work, and then eventually they did start to sprout, so I was quite relieved with that. When you first put them outside as well, they'll be very small. When I say like very small, I mean they'll stay very small for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Sometimes they barely grow at all. And I thought when I first did it, I thought they might have stunted. I thought they hadn't worked, but eventually they start to grow. And when these start to grow, they grow really fast. And honestly, they get to about 6 feet tall, if not taller. And the leaves are absolutely huge. This is just a little important annotation down here. It says that you have to use slug pellets, and you really do. Slugs love these, and when they're small, these plants will be destroyed by slugs. So when you first plant them outside, make sure you put lots of slug pellets around the base of the plant. Also, you can give the plants feed as well. If you go to like Home Bargains or B&M, you can buy some plant feed in a big tub. It's like little pellets. It costs about £4, and they really do help the plant grow. This is just the other plant, and it just shows you the size of the leaves that these things are getting. This is the Virginia variety, so it's like Nicotiana tabacum, and when I say it grows really quick, this is about when you look at the plant pot there, it's about maybe 4 feet tall, and it gets a lot bigger than that. It'll go all the way to the roof of the greenhouse. Though I'm growing these in my greenhouse, you don't actually need a greenhouse. You can grow them outside, but the greenhouse just allows you to get them outside a lot sooner. And if there is a frost in like May or June, which we sometimes do get, it does protect the plants. Right, so here's some of the leaves that have been cut. So I built like an improvised washing line or drying line inside the greenhouse. And you'll know when the leaves need picking. Once the leaves are really big, the ones lower down on the plant will start to die, and obviously as the new ones at the top start to grow. So before they start to die, just while they're big, just cut 1 or 2 leaves off at a time and start hanging them up. In summer they dry very fast. Obviously winter, I've still got some in my greenhouse now, which you probably saw in my last video. They've been green for quite some time. It is taking a bit longer, but they are slowly drying. But obviously summer, it happens much faster. And just say, when you're doing this, if you don't have a greenhouse, you can just do this on your normal washing line. What I do is I hang them up like they are here, and then just in case you get some rain showers, if you get some transparent pieces of plastic, you'll be able to put it over the top of them, then re-peg it, so you'll have a cover over the top of the plants. So when it's sunny, the leaves will dry, and if it rains, they won't get wet. It's a nice simple idea. So here's some of the dried leaves. So I was growing these mainly to grow cigars with. I know it's a cigarette variety, but you can make cigars out of them, and they do taste the same as even these really expensive cigars. To get the leaves open, like lots of times when they're drying they'll fold up, and sometimes they will become quite brittle. But if you spray them with a tiny bit of water, and they're fine, they'll become flexible again. You'll be able to shape them and roll them. What you need to do is, you see the stem in the middle of the leaf, so look at the leaf closest to us. The stem in the middle, you need to separate that. You can peel it off with your hand, I prefer just using scissors. It's much cleaner when you use scissors. And to make a cigar, you need about, say, when you cut the stem out, you got two halves. So you'll need three halves for the inner cigar, and then you need one just to roll. Basically, one is like the casing. So three halves and one final one's casing. So two leaves makes one cigar. Once you made your cigar, you're going to have loads of things sticking out on the end, and basically at both ends it's going to be very messy. You want the centre of the cigar pretty much. The centre bit's where the nice cigar is going to be. Either towards the ends they're going to be very loose, so you get scissors out and you cut them. So you cut your cigar to length. So you cut the nicest bits, you got the nice cigar, and then with the leftovers, you can shred them into cigarette tobacco. Here's some I got here. They look very 19th century. I must admit, obviously I don't have a cigar mould, so I've been doing them all by hand. If you look, trying to zoom in a bit here, you can see they've got some little ties on them. These are the tobacco stems. I've tied them on gently just to hold them in place while they were drying. But it turns out it's not actually that necessary, because they don't seem to come apart. Tobacco leaves seem to be a bit sticky,